And now I have a clicker. So our company is all about in-car productivity and messaging. Now, why would we focus on this topic? Here in Germany, we have more fatalities due to distracted driving than drunk driving. And that's shocking to me, and that started the company for us, because we really, it's just an easy way to do something about it. Now, I'm certainly one of those 21% who admits that they have been reading emails on their phone whilst driving. Sometimes I usually bring my kids to nursery, and in a traffic light I see everyone else does it too. It's not safe. And the implications are as described: more fatalities to distracted driving than to drunk driving. Now, why are people so obsessed about staying in touch with their messages? Now, it's usually that we feel like we're missing out on something. There's a message that your spouse might send you, or something that you might forget that your supervisor has asked you to do. If something makes ping, you got to go have a look what it is. And you always have this FOMO. And that is creating the need for people to constantly check their phones. Now, why do we don't have that on the car yet? It's just that the interfaces are not ready yet. So we have, when we're talking about productivity, processes that require lots of different complex steps. Creating a calendar event is simple on a browser interface, but if you want to do every single bit of information, start time, end time, date, invitees, name of event, location, that kind of takes a lot of mind space away from driving. We also just get too much content while driving, so that that has to be catered in a solution that OEMs so far have not been able to cover. We also have all the information sitting in different silos. So you have WhatsApp messages, calendar events from Google, from Outlook. You might have some Salesforce information coming in, Trello, Slack, you name it. And these OEMs simply don't have a way to connect to all of them. So the technical solution that we provide is twofold. We have an adapter that connects to all of your different solutions that you have. You might have, on average, 13 services. We cover 31 integrations and counting for email, instant messaging, file sharing, CRM, ERP, and video conferencing too. We connect to all of them, bring them into one consolidated endpoint, an API, and make it fit for the car interface. So we not only consolidate, but we also interconnect these different services to each other. So that solution, that the service that you have, you might want to search for a file. That doesn't matter whether it's on OneDrive, Box, Google Drive, or another one. Now we have all the access to the content. Now we're going to make some smart use of it by the use of Gen AI, and certainly a term you've heard a lot today. But what we do with it is that we have trained our models for use cases particularly relevant while driving. So meaning that there's someone asking you to send a file to meet somewhere, or someone cancels a meeting, asks for a meeting, all of that stuff is automated. We also use it to summarize your messages, so you don't have to hear to every single message. We use it to ensure that you only get to hear about messages that really matter, not your Amazon message that your shipment has been dispatched, but maybe the message about the meeting that's just been canceled whilst you're driving towards it. We also allow you to create messages through our system, so you don't have to dictate everything word for word. So we have a voice-controlled AI-assisted driver user interface that is always focused on driving use cases. You're always on the way to somewhere. It helps particularly sales drivers on the way to the next pitch, and you automate such requirements. We connect it to all the relevant content, and to minimize the inputs from the driver. Let them focus on the road and maximum the values at the same time. But because if it doesn't help them, then they won't use it, and they're back at square one using the phone. So we have all the messaging services you can dream of, drivers' contacts, accessible in the service. We have calendars, we've got the documents, we've got the other tools all consolidated in a way that's safe for driving. We've been very fortunate to work with TOGG on a project here to bring it into their smart device, as they call it. They don't call it a car, they call it a smart device. And I've really been impressed with how they think connectivity first. So they really see connectivity as a core value to their drivers, and to have an apps environment called TrueMore, where we are fortunate now to be part of. They use this to create a personalized mobility experience. So for the user, the benefits are that you get full access to your messaging channels and a streamlined and optimized way through GenAI. It covers all your tools in one, and TOGG benefits from having it in all in an OEM UI. Which particularly useful, we are using Android Automotive OS without gas. This is the only solution to get messages into your car. Thank you very much for your attention. Bye-bye.